mind is very powerful, but we use only 10% of our mind. We are not even aware that our mind is powerful. If we do not use the powers of the mind, then by default, our life goes according to our past karmic impressions, that is according to the prarabdha karmas. Then we say that life is predestined or predetermined. So we must use the powers of our mind to make our life according to our free will or the way we choose to live. One of the powers of our mind is the power of decision. It is the power to choose what to think, what to say, and what to do. The power of thoughts, words, and action. We all have positive and negative thoughts, but a wise person will consciously select only the positive thoughts. And by practice, that becomes automatic in him, and automatically only positive thoughts come up in his mind. So we must choose to select only the positive thoughts. If we do not use this power, then by default, according to our insecurities and fear, our life goes only in the negative way. We choose only the negative thoughts. So the power of choosing the positive thoughts is very important. The next is, when an external event happens, we react automatically without giving a gap. We just react automatically for that situation. Sometimes it may be positive and many times it is negative. We must consciously give a gap before we react to external situations. During this gap, we must implement our positive values and think in the right manner before reacting to situations. If we do not use this power, or if we react automatically to situations, then we are living an instinctive way of life, just like animals. So we must consciously give a fraction of time, a gap, before we react to external situations. When an external event happens in life, according to our prarabdha karmas or according to our habits, the thoughts impressed in the subconscious mind will come up to the surface of the mind. Then we will react according to our past impressions or according to our habit. So now we must use the power of decision. We can reject a thought, we can accept a thought, or we can change it or substitute it with a positive thought. We must know, or we must practice to say yes or no to our own thoughts. We must not react automatically. We must know to say yes or no to our thoughts. We must choose the right way to react to the external situations. So in this way, if we react, we can change our life in a positive way very soon. The next is the power of concentration. Here also 3 factors are involved: intense focus and blocking of all the internal and external disturbances, and a concentration for an extended period of time. We all concentrate, but we concentrate for only a limited period of time. We must concentrate for an extended period of time. Swami Vivekananda says that the difference between an ordinary person and a successful person lies in the degree of concentration. Our energy goes where our attention goes. And the quality of our life is based on the attention we give for our thoughts. So we must know to concentrate for an extended period of time. Here also, when we sit to concentrate, a lot of thoughts from the subconscious mind pop up to the surface of the mind. So we must know to choose that right thought and dwell in that positive thought itself for an extended period of time. We must know to focus on that one subject or one thought. If the mind concentrates on many thoughts or on many subjects, if the mind is scattered among many thoughts, then the efficiency of the mind is reduced. We must use meditation and mantra japa as a practice, so this will improve concentration. Concentration is not very easy. We must develop it just like a skill, because a lot of thoughts are in our mind, a lot of past impressions, our desires, our negative impressions, everything is in our subconscious mind. And when we sit for meditation or when we try to concentrate, all this come up to the surface of the mind. So we must know to sustain those things, and we must know to implement or manifest our positive thoughts or a thought which we need. And this creates new impressions in the mind, and gradually when we repeat this process, the new impressions gain power, and we will react, or when we sit for concentration, only we will know to focus on our subject or thought itself. So the power of concentration is very important. When our mind is focused on our own thoughts or on the own subject, it becomes more and more self-centered, and it becomes more and more selfish without caring for others' feelings or emotions. Then this affects us personally, socially, professionally, and in all ways. After some time, we feel loneliness, depression, and our life goes into misery and delusion. So we must use the power to feel for others. A highly concentrated mind without any sensitivity or understanding for others' feelings or emotions is only a negative mind. So a concentrated mind must practice any spiritual values or any religious rites so that it can understand the emotions and feelings of others. A highly concentrated mind without understanding the feelings and emotions of others will gradually become lonely, depressed, and it will naturally go into misery and delusion. After some time, it feels that everyone is using them, and they are not sufficient, or they feel that their life is empty, and they feel that loneliness and depression. That's why most of the successful people, after some time, they feel lonely and depressed. A concentrated mind without understanding the feelings of others is an empty mind. Life is not all success and money. So after some time it feels very empty, and only spirituality can give the meaning for life. So a highly concentrated mind must use the power of feeling for others, or it must practice spiritual values so that it can understand the feelings and emotions of others. And by that way, it can make the life more useful, so that they will not feel any loneliness or depression after some time. So these are some of the important powers of the mind. If we do not use these powers of the mind, then our life will become predestined or predetermined. We must use these powers to materialize our free will, or to materialize of the life of our choice. So these are the three important powers, some of the important powers of the mind. The power of decision, or the power to choose. The power, we all choose, but once in a while, we must choose from moment to moment. We must choose every thought, every word, and every action. So the power of decision, or the power to choose, the power of concentration, and the power of feeling, or the power of unselfishness, are the three great powers of the mind. We must use these powers and make our life more fruitful. Thank you for watching.